Okay, try this again. Suck in my gut. It's too fat. Alright, so I have it set back in here, and I'm going to show you where this thing is pivoting at to get the boom set to where I think it's kind of close. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's close. Closer than what it's going to be if I bolt it down and do it. If I bolt it down, the tail boom is going to be all the way up to there. Now, there is a 5mm gap on the tail boom back here. The mechanics are pivoting on the very back of the woodwork, about right here. So, if I put the tail where I think it should be, you can see that the whole mechanics and everything are moving. So, what I'm going to do is I can cut out some of the frame of the mechanics. There's a little bit of meat there. I can probably get it to where the rear mount will sit flat on the wood. There's a 10mm gap on the front. I can make a spacer for that one, be able to tighten it down, and then I'll probably have to drop down the holder for the boom on the fiberglass that's back here, that little piece I showed you, just to get the fenestron centered back in the hole. Somehow, I think the woodwork has gotten lifted up when they glued it in, so now it's kind of off. You could put it together the way it was, and it would absolutely work. So if you've got one of these kits, and you're like, oh, I don't want to go through all this crap, bolt it together. It'll work. It'll be just fine. It's just not going to be scaled to what it's supposed to be. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a purist. I want it to be scale. That's why I'm going through all this stuff and document it. So if anybody else has any problems, you guys can go through the same thing. It will work. I'll be able to adjust it. I can get it. If you have one and you're going, oh, well, mine's kind of doing the same thing, you may not even notice the angle of the tail. Like I said, I'm a purist. It's like OCD in me. Bolt it together, it'll work. It'll be just fine. It's a great kit. It goes together. Somebody was commenting, hey, you know, we're spending $2 grand on these things. You know what? For $2 grand, this thing is awesome. The amount of work that goes into these things and the amount of scale stuff that you get the 4-blade head, you get the completely open cockpit, you get lights in the consoles and all that stuff. You can't even touch that in some of these other manufacturers. But it is what it is. If you're a purist like me, you want it to be perfect. What's wrong with that? So I'm going to fix it.